My name is Ivan Schoen.
I am Doris Schoen.
Yeah, well, okay, I better go back and say my name is Ivan Lee Schoen.
We probably better do that over.
I like it. No, that was great.
I was born in New York City, and I was the eighth child born to my parents. My dad was running a rescue mission down by the Bowery in New York City. The Bowery is the area where all the derelicts and drunks were, and he loved that ministry.
Raised far from any type of green jungle. As I go back and think of the stories he's told me, he never thought about missions and his involvement in missions. It was his parents were missionaries in the sense that they worked in the Bronx through the Great Depression era, but he just wanted to work. He wanted to earn money, didn't even want to finish school. He dropped out at, I believe it was probably 11th or maybe early 12th grade. Somehow, I think totally by the hand of God, he went back to school, graduated timely. So Dad then goes on from there, from high school. He went into the military. He became a forward observer. He gets out of the military and he moved down to St. Petersburg, Florida. And while he's there, he meets this beautiful young woman.
When I was in high school, I knew God wanted me to be a missionary. And how I knew was that I listened to a young missionary, and his missionary work was very difficult. In fact, the man that was in charge of the Catholic Church there had told the people to throw rocks at him. And he said while he was on the train leaving, they all did. They threw rocks in. And I thought, well, that's silly, that the Lord wants me to become a missionary, and I'm looking at somebody that's getting rocks thrown at him. As I graduated from high school and went directly then to work for the FBI and saving my money because I wanted to go to Bible school, to become the missionary that I knew God called me to be.
So she went to Bible college and attended Bible college, and yet God hadn't brought a man in her life that would be that person that would go with her to the mission field.
Ivan came from New York City, and we happened to be going to the same church. And at a youth group, my girlfriend introduced me to Ivan. But her brother had brought me to that youth meeting, and when Ivan asked to take me home, I said, Roger brought me, and Roger will take me home. But Ivan will have to tell you what happened after that as far as he's concerned, because when he went home, it was quite a story. This is Ivan.
After that meeting, I went home, and my parents asked, well, how'd it go? Did you have a good meeting there and all? So I told them about the meeting and everything, and I said, and I met a young lady there that I really liked, and my dad said, well, that's great. He said, let's introduce her to Nelson. Nelson was an older brother of mine who was a missionary in India, and he was a bachelor. And I guess my parents were interested in getting him married off. And I said, no, introduce her to Nelson, my foot. I'm going to marry her myself. So that was how the Lord led us together. I knew the first night I met her at the Bible study that this was the person I'd spend the rest of my life with.
That began a courtship that lasted, I think, 60 days, and then they were married, or something to that effect. I mean, there was no delay. But one of the things that Mom said that I thought was really special. She said to Dad, she said, you know, I have always felt since high school that I'm called to go to the mission field. She said, I don't know where, I don't know when, I don't know any of the details. If you marry me, that's probably going to happen to you. So Dad said, well, I'm willing to go, but I don't feel the call.
If you enjoyed that short video, make sure you check out the full-length documentary over here. And check out more of the bonus content.